Even though Donald Trump is actually falling further and further behind Kamala Harris in the polls with less than a week to go before the election, he still maintains that he is absolutely crushing her. The problem, of course, for Donald Trump is obviously the media is not talking about all those polls that show him winning. And instead, they're talking about all the polls that show that Harris is winning, most recently with a 4-point national lead and a lead in enough of the swing states where if she wins them, she wins the election. But Trump knows who to blame for this, right? There is a reason that the media is not talking about this. CNN's talking about it. He says MSNBC is talking about it. But you know who's not talking about it? Trump said on Truth Social, Fox News, because they are trying to sabotage his campaign. Here is what Trump wrote on Truth Social this week. Fox News spends far too much time promoting the Democrats, their surrogates, and their agenda. Today I watched over and over again an angry and totally out of control Michelle Obama trying to save the dying campaign of Comrade Kamala Harris. I'm leading in Michigan by a lot. Because, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and stop right there and have to correct you. You're not leading in Michigan. Like, you're not leading in Michigan by any, let alone by a lot. That's simply not a thing that's happened. I don't know where you're getting your information, who is feeding you this, or if you're just making it up off the top of your head, but that's not a thing. And that actually hasn't been a thing for quite some time now. But anyway, because of great support from auto workers, Arab Americans, Jewish Americans, and all other patriots, but Fox refuses to put up those polls. Fox also plays more negative commercials and ads promoting the other side than is even imaginable. Our ads on Fox News are always a big deal to negotiate. They want us to change and weaken our content. But we put them up on CNN and MSDNC with no problems or changes. It's hard to believe I'm leading by so much. So Fox News, according to Donald Trump, they're not only hiding all of the polls that are showing him just crushing this presidential race, they're also sabotaging his ads. They're making him change it, making him go back and say things that are, a little nicer. In between, of course, bringing on all of Kamala Harris's surrogates and campaign staffers to talk about how bad Donald Trump is. The whole network, all of Fox News, gosh darn it, is in cahoots to take down Donald Trump, according to a very unhinged Donald Trump. Now, here's the thing. None of this makes any sense, right? But if you look at it as if this were a symptom of a mental illness, then all of this makes sense. Donald Trump's textbook narcissism, right? And by textbook, I mean the DSM-5. He cannot handle that Fox News does not sit there and praise him 24/7. And because every now and then they bring on somebody that doesn't like him, it sends him over the edge. That is a symptom. So when you look at it through that lens, when you don't think of this as just a man ranting on Twitter or Truth Social, you look at it as a man who is suffering severe cognitive problems, then you're like, oh, okay, I can see why he'd say that based on the illnesses that the 233 mental health professionals suggest that he may have. Because, by the way, this symptom actually fits into a lot of the things from that letter that the 233 mental health professionals signed onto that I talked about yesterday. So, yeah, now it makes a little more sense. It's still very incoherent, but if we consider that it's coming from a mentally deranged individual, it becomes a lot easier to understand why he's doing what he's doing. Fox News is not in the tank for the Democrats, folks. Fox News is not out there making him water down his ads. Maybe if they've asked him to change anything, it's, hey, could you not put in anything about the 2020 election allegedly being stolen? Because we've already had to pay hundreds of millions of dollars for that, and we don't want to do it again. So if there is anything that they're requesting to be changed, I'm assuming that would probably be it, because Trump has already cost them hundreds of millions, and they don't want to go through that again. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.